hold on, Fred. Before we get started, 20 seconds. Do you actually have a date tonight?
Yeah, I really have a date tonight.
It'd be even better
Yeah.
if your date was with you, though.
Oh my God, that'd be great content.
Sadly, she's not with me right now, but yeah, I do
Uh,
have a date though.
cool.
Nice,
I can't wait. It's really exciting. It's the first date, so it's exciting.
nice.
You guys should throw these into your questions. Just saying. But anyways.
Oh, I might start the podcast
Yes.
with the date part. I don't want you to ever forget that this is where this was. So I want this to be a part of your life.
Hopefully, it's gonna work out because I mean
Yeah.
that would be so sad.
And if it doesn't,
Imagine it's
then
your
you'll
wife.
still remember this. It'll be a moment for you.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
wife. And if it works out, you guys get married, and
right?
you play the beginning of the podcast.
Look,
at
and
your
to
wedding
make it
ceremony.
official, what's up, everybody? This is a new episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? A podcast about life in the music industry, and I did that flawlessly right into it, so that we have to keep that part. I did that for you, Fred. I did that because I care.
I like
care.
that.
Right here.
Thank you. I care too.
I'm your host, Patrick Tranowski. With me is Matt Reed. And today we have Zach, Fred, Terry from Montreal, Canada band Sucker Punch on the show. Matt, you forgot to change it. I almost said blah blah. Welcome to the show.
Oh. I got the first part.
In my little script part, if I don't know who's on there yet while I'm writing it, I just put blah blah. And then he saved it. Look at that. He kept it in there. Matt, fail on your part.
I fixed the first one. This one used to say blah blah.
It's true. Twice. It's true. There was two blah blahs in there.
I didn't say iPhone Fred either, so I feel like we're not.
iPhone Fred.
I didn't say iPhone Fred. You should. I would. There's a good chance I would have read.
I don't know why it's my name. Why is my name iPhone Fred?
I don't know, but like I'm just kind of like was it in Will Ferrell in Anchorman? If you write it, I'm gonna say it.
I'm gonna say it.
That sounds like a challenge, Matt. Next time you gotta write something really cool.
Should we try it?
Yeah. You could try it. There's a good chance I might notice or I might not. We got a good 50-50 shot. It's we have a good time over here, you know. Matt has yet to fuck with the script. Everything is. I want the audience to know this whole thing is scripted. I sent Sucker Punch over their script. They're ready. Yeah. All the answers.
For sure.
We wrote their answers
in advance
for them.
Yeah, we're playing very safe. We're playing it right down the middle. You're
right.
Very, very conservative answers on everything.
We wrote their answers.
No, we
I am reading a prompter.
We use
ChatGPT.
Yeah. We wrote it with ChatGPT. Hell yeah. Well,
technology.
Let's get right on into it. Y'all released your latest single, Hollywood Ending, back in April. How's the response been for it? Do you have any new music on the horizon that you're able to talk about?
Brad, do you want to take this one?
I can take this one, yeah. Hollywood Ending has been really well received. This was the first real. We had one video clip before, but that one was our first kind of real video clip that we shot, and really was well received. The song was it brought us a lot of attention from new people that never noticed us before, so that's really cool. And so yeah, on that part, Hollywood Ending is a success for us. We're really happy for that.
I would say it's probably our best release so far. Just I know, I mean, it's 2023, so it's not exciting, but streaming wise, the numbers, we're all big nerds and looking in our apps and obsessing about it, and just and that first month's just been the best month that we've had on any of the songs, so that's really exciting. We're just continuously growing, and yeah, and the music video also is I think it's our first high budget, and by high budget I mean very low budget, but not a live video,
but a budget video.
A budget video.
Yeah.
I mean, we totally didn't film it completely in my house, and we didn't come up with the concept 2 days before, and
no, but you did have to buy the balloons, so
Yes.
No, they just magically appeared.
It's all CGI. It's CGI.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
CGI.
man, you guys, that's where the budget went. CGI.
Yeah,
Yes.
CGI and making me look okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could have just spent $1, picking up some balloons, but nah, fuck that. We're gonna go baller. All the balloons are gonna be CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're this close to doing a 3D
Yeah.
3D video clip,
Oh,
but
wow, look at that.
Yeah, 3D.
we're missing a couple bucks.
No, I think we're just gonna use Chat GPT to do the next video also.
I mean, it's the wave of the future, Mac.
The wave of the future. We literally need to do nothing. We're just gonna sit on our asses and let AI do everything for us.
Yeah. I sampled my voice and now it's just gonna sing itself.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be very boring live videos. You just stand there. The live shows. I mean, you just stand there, you press play, and there you go. You don't even have to you won't even Milli Vanilli it, and like pretend, like you won't even like lip sync it. You'll just hit play and stand there.
You can just do it
And then
remote.
when we hit it really big, we're gonna get a hologram 2-pack style.
Nice. I like that.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Nice.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
That's a goal. 2024 2-pack hologram for Fred.
Well, we'll get to goals. Then this will probably be one of your answers then for a later question.
I think you asked about a new song.
Yeah, do you guys
Yeah.
got something new?
Yeah,
we got
July 5th. Go ahead, Z.
yeah, we got our next single dropping July 5th. Getting a little exclusive here. Well, mind you, we've announced it already, but it's yeah. You're getting a verbal exclusive from
There
us,
you go.
directly from us. It's called Party Crashers.
Right on.
And yeah, and we're just super excited for this one as well.
Nice.
It's part
So
of
song about a tea party.
It's
About
Yeah,
drinking
exactly.
tea.
about
Yeah,
the
that's-
Boston Tea Party.
about doing the high tea.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
is
so
this all-
oh, sorry, go for it.
Oh, I was just gonna say, is this all going to be like part of a EP or anything like that? Or you're just kind of going singles for a while?
I think
Yeah, like
singles.
yeah,
I think
singles. Like I mean, we hate to be the band that like crushes everybody's dreams, but like EPs are dead. Like but like you're gonna spend all this money, drop 4 songs at the same time, and whereas you could drop each song individually
Absolutely.
and get attention every single time. It's just it's a better investment. It's a better way to do it and create a little event each time. And
Mhm.
I mean, you got to believe in your material, and I think we feel very strongly about every single song. And like when we go into the studio, we try to make them single worthy, so we're not literally just dropping 4 tracks that don't merit being singles. But I mean,
Right.
yeah, we're dropping the songs one by one, making videos to them, and you write the songs and you don't even know which songs are the ones that are gonna connect the most with people. So if we had chosen one as a single and then dropped all the other ones and didn't make music videos, and maybe we're missing out on that like one song that's just gonna connect with everybody as well. So
Sure.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
And
agree.
also we didn't want to just like drop everything at once and then have the rest of the year with nothing to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like for us as an investment, since it costs a lot of money to produce great songs when you want to work with like great people.
Mhm.
Like we put our money in and then we go like single by single, and then we also want to do video clips too to have like this kind of connection with people, like visual connection, so that
Mhm.
people get to know us visually, since it's hard for us to get like tours and like venues outside of like our neighborhood or outside of Canada.
Right.
So for people to see us, it connects more, gets
For sure.
more people into our like, community, kind of.
Yeah, I
And
think what
then,
you're saying,
we're
Fred, is
building.
like if we can't make it out to you, and you just know, you're in Singapore, and we can't make it out to you right now because that's not on the itinerary. You still get something from us on a regular basis. We're still connecting on a regular basis, and we're still in your face. Whereas if we drop everything just at once, then see you next year. Like it's
Right.
you're
No,
not
I
really
think
creating a relationship with anybody.
I think though to tag on to that, because I agree with everything that was just said, is that like if one day, like right now we're putting out singles, but maybe one day we might want to package all the singles and tack on 2 or 3 more songs and call it an EP, you know, it's
Yeah.
like, but it depends also, like, is there a label involved at that point? Is there no label involved at that
Mhm.
point? Like, I think right now for like an independent artist, and again, this is just a tactic amongst many,
Yeah.
but like I totally agree with with Terry on this, is that like you just get so much more like bang for your buck if you put out single by single and you create like an event around every song. But hey, like I don't think we should like necessarily say that one day we won't ever put out an EP. I think maybe one day,
Yeah.
who knows, like we
Yeah.
might say, you know what, let's record 2 or 3 more songs or 4 more songs or whatever, and like now it kind of just feels like a collection of songs, because
Mhm.
I think that people still, I mean, yeah, they want to hear singles, but I think also like if you start to get a good following, they want to feel like, okay,
Yeah,
this
for
is like
sure.
what Sucker Punch is all about. Like this is
Mhm.
this is who they are right now. It's these 7 songs, and then like, you know, in
Yeah.
2 or 3 years, it'll be like another, you know, like Fall Out Boy, man, like Fall Out Boy, like
Right.
it's you know their first EP was, sorry, their first album was X, and then they put out, you know, and they've evolved over time,
Mhm.
and you know, if
Yeah.
I think if they
It
had
is
constantly
a
put
bit
out.
like, how could I say it? It's like it is a bit frustrating to sit on songs and kind of, you know, our songs kind of this latest recording that we did actually last year, and Hollywood Ending was the first release from it, and Party Crash is going to be the second, is like all the songs are kind of very varied all over the place, like influences from everywhere. So it's like
Mhm.
it would have been really cool to drop all 4 of them and be like, hey, this is like what our mindset was at this point in
Right.
time,
Yeah.
everything that we're all about, discover all the different facets of us.
Mhm.
So it is like we're like withholding stuff, and it's you know, that's a bit hard to do that. We want everybody to see it, but at the same time we want the most eyes on it, and we want the most people to view it. So like the release strategy seems to be that in 2023. So
Right.
like that's the way we're
Yeah.
going about it, you know?
Completely agree. I think that's, I mean, that's what I see being the most successful tactic right now for for especially for like up and coming artists, you know, like,
Yeah.
you know, a bigger band like Blink-182 and Green Day, they don't need to do that. They could put out an
No.
album, it doesn't matter. But you know,
Yeah.
when you're a newer band still trying to grow, you need constant content. That we live in a world of constant content.
For
So,
sure.
you know,
And
yeah.
there's also that also we need to put out like videos of us on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook Reels. So it's also a lot of that, a lot of like creating content, always being there and like upfront and in people's faces, like we said earlier. And we love doing that. But if we release an EP and then try to just like all year long surf on these 4 songs that came out at once, it's gonna be a lot harder for us to create content and like keep it up to date and like just
Absolutely.
making it like happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Sucker Punch started in. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so I was just gonna say, good point, iPhone Fred. That's all. That's all I was gonna say.
So you all
Sorry,
started.
Matt.
That's
Yo,
okay.
Matt, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna ask you a question, but I
Go for it, man.
appreciate iPhone Fred.
Yeah.
So you all started in 2022 with your first single, Breakup. Before going into the pandemic, were you in different bands? How did Sucker Punch get started?
Ooh,
Sucker
good question.
Punch is 4 guys who used to be in a band together 5 years ago, 6 years ago, too
Dude, I
long
think you need
ago.
like I think you honestly need like a spreadsheet for this.
Yeah.
So complicated.
So basically, a bunch of us were in a band together, and then Zach and I have been in bands for what, like 15, 20 years. Like it's
We've known
almost
each
a
other
joke
since
at
we were
this
like
point in time.
15, 16 years old.
Yeah, too
playing
long.
bands. Too
Too
long.
fucking long.
Get out of my life.
You're out of the band. Get out.
Yeah.
And yeah, like we had our pop punk band, and it was kind of like in that lull of pop punk, and we were still like so into pop punk and loving it, and just living that life, and trying to, you know, create our own little scene in our city, and it just wasn't happening. So Zach actually started his own pop country project with a great singer called Jade, who cut our hair in our one of our last photo shoots.
Nice.
Anyways, and they blew up. Like Zach is and her are signed on a label. They're like playing big Canadian country festivals, doing amazing on radio and stuff like that. And like I played bass with them for a while, and like that was kind of like my music thing. And then the pandemic hit and there's just no shows. I was like, okay, I can't play shows with Zach's band, nothing. And Joe, our bassist, who was the drummer in this pop punk band that we had, just came up to me. He's like, "Do you want to write riffs? Like, let's do it." So me and him just went back and forth. We're like, whatever. We don't need a singer. We don't need anything. Like, let's just write riffs. And then we actually really liked the riffs that we were writing.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's go see like a producer, like a producer, like a dude in a band who's also kind of a producer on the side, and he'll sing on our record, on like our things, and we'll have something to be happy about and like show our kids when we're older. And then he started recording our stuff, and then Joe is a sneaky little motherfucker, and he's like, he sent it to Fred, who he knew because of like they play in corporate bands and stuff like that, like cover bands. Like I don't think in the States it's as big as in Quebec, but like Quebec loves like, hey, what's up? Like local city party, like let's bring somebody who's gonna play like Shania Twain and like, yeah, let's get the party started and stuff like that. And like you know,
we definitely have that shit.
Oh, you have that shit?
Yeah.
Okay, so okay.
Yeah,
Anyways,
who was the guy that was supposed to sing on the songs initially? I this is news to me.
I thought Luke was gonna sing on the songs. Yeah, I know. Like it was literally, we had the dumbest plan ever, and we just like went in not giving a shit.
Yeah,
and then
sorry, bro.
And then Fred fell in our lap because Joe had met him at one of these like corporate events, and he heard the stuff. He's like, "This is cool." And then we like just got together and like worked on the songs, and they were too good for how little we were caring about it. And we just we're like, I love you, like person that we're recording with, but like let's go see somebody who does this a bit more professionally. And we actually just stole the person that Zach's country band started working with at the beginning of their run. And we did 4 songs with them. Those are the first 4 songs that we dropped. Starting 2022 with Breakup, and you know, we dropped it, expected 3 people to listen to it and just move on with our lives, and somehow you guys put it on your playlist. We got a few other playlists, and the streams started surprising us, and then we're like, well, maybe we need to get a band together. So I just reached out to Zach, and I'm like, hey, do you want to like join this band that I put together? And then we found our drummer, Alain, who's like literally the best drummer in Montreal. Like, I don't know how we landed him. And we just all got together, started having a lot of fun, played our first show, and then we're like, we could do something with this. And then we decided to go full ham and record 4 tracks with a big producer and do it. Like just fucking do it and try to make our dreams come true that failed miserably in the last projects where we initially wanted to do well, and then this one we didn't expect anything of it, and it just ended up being the one, like the project where everybody was just gluing, you know.
I think you left out a key element, and like, I'm not saying this to, you know, I'll tell it from my perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is like a testament to Terry's hard work and Fred's hard work on like, and everybody's hard work, but also just your hard work in getting this project started. Like so in my other band, like I sing and I play guitar as well. And in this band, like Terry was just like, hey, can you come in and just do rhythm guitar and do backup vocals? And I was like, for sure, because I love the music, obviously, but also because it's just like, it's just less just less pressure on me also. Like you're not a front man, and Fred's like such a stellar front man. He's got that charisma, and it's just like I can just
Got
sit
that
back and just
Mustache. Yeah.
got that stash. Like I could just sit back and just play the chords and do some backups and just rock out. Anyways, close that for a second. Just put that aside. Show up to the first show, and I think this is the key thing to say. I show up. There's tons of people there.
Oh yeah,
right?
big time. Yeah.
This was at
Turbo House.
Turbo House.
Yeah,
And
with In Case We Crash, with
In Case We
Oh,
Crash.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I just show up and like, you know, we're all, and you know, we've all been around the block, right? So we're just like, you show up, set up, cool, have a beer, you know, we're nervous, but like not that nervous. I think Fred was nervous because it was like,
A little
you know,
bit.
but Terry and I were just like, oh, we've been in punk bands before. Like, actually, I'll speak for
Can't wait to
myself.
play in
Like,
front of 4 people.
yeah, I can't wait to play in front of 4 people and everybody to be on their phone the whole time and just be like, oh, like I'm just here to see my buddies play and just like I can't wait to go home, you know? And we play, and I'll never forget this. We're playing, and like everybody knows the words of the songs. So I'm just like, but at the same time, I'm like, the streams don't reflect that because this, like, you know, usually when people show up to shows and they're literally singing along to every single song, it's because like your streams have blown up, and like, and your friends, like, yeah, your friends come and see your shows, but then that doesn't necessarily mean that they know the songs that well. A lot of the times they just show up as like for moral support, and they're just like, yeah, man, we love your songs. And then you're like, cool, name me a title. And they're like, I don't know, you know? So like, for me, like that was a huge revelation. I was like, holy shit, like people are actually singing along to these songs and they're into it, like into it. So anyways, that was all I wanted to say. I thought that was a really cool moment, and I think that was, I think for all of us, like we looked at each other and
Yeah,
like,
it was.
something's
I'll remember this
something's
forever. That's for sure.
yeah, like something's connecting. And like
Yeah.
in music, there's you can't fabricate that. You can't fabricate a connection. You either have it or you don't. Like you can have the best songs in the world with the best musicians, but if people like don't believe it, and if they're like, this is not authentic, then I don't think they're gonna buy into it. And I think that like what's I feel in this band is like we're all doing this from a very authentic, real place, and I think people genuinely like it. I don't know. What do you guys feel?
That's I mean, when you look into people's faces and you read people's lips and they're literally singing the lyrics, they're not faking it. They're like literally they know a song. As you said, you can't fabricate that. It's like it was a magical moment for me because it was the first time I would perform my own song, like our songs, you know? It was like it's insane.
I think it stems to, we didn't take it too seriously. We had a lot of fun doing it. And I think a lot of people are then having connected to the fun that we had and are bringing their own level of fun. And it's just like, it's like a fun circle now. Like it's
yeah.
A
whereas
goal.
like
it's a
that's
fun
it. And like
circle.
whereas like I think in our previous bands,
we were so nervous.
We were so nervous, and we were like, everything was calculated, and we're like, is this verse good? Is this chorus good? Like too calculated, like, and we approached everything from a very like almost like in a surgical way, where it's just like, which is not what music's about, let alone pop punk. Like you're supposed to just get up on stage and just play your fucking heart out. I don't know if we can swear on the podcast, but like,
you sure can. Go
fucking can, Zach.
Sure fucking can, bud.
Yeah, that's it. So, and I'm just like, I feel like in Sucker Punch, like we get on stage and we just fucking play our hearts out like it's our last show ever, and we're jumping around and we're sweating our asses off. We don't take ourselves seriously. There's no ego. There's no like, and I think people are just really like, wow, like that's cool, you know, like they're just having a good time. And yeah, I think it's cool. Anyways.
Yeah.
I totally agree. 100%.
Hell yeah.
So as mentioned before, you're out of the band, leave the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. You're now back in the band.
Oh boy. Yeah, something we were like joking about a little bit, you know, earlier with goals and stuff, but thinking about the future of Sucker Punch, what are some of your like micro and macro goals. Like I find it's always super helpful to like set different goals for different, you know, different amounts of time. Like, do you have any like short-term goals and long-term goals? Like, where do you see yourself in like a few years?
I'm going to reveal a big secret. We're the most goal-oriented, micromanaged, like anal fucking organized band you will ever meet in your life.
Perfect.
Like nothing is like like we have like meetings on Monday just to like talk about the business and like, okay, what's the next move? What are we doing? So
Smart.
it's like, yeah, man, like I don't think that's a silly question. I think that's like a great question. And I think like if you don't know where you're going, you're not going to make the right moves if you don't know what you want to be doing. And like, also, I mean, this isn't 100% your question, but like, I feel like you kind of like if you're in a band, you kind of have to like study what other bands are doing and like have reference bands and see like, okay, like what's their claim to fame? Like, what have they done? Like, how did they build it up and stuff? And like, literally, when we released our first song, before we did anything, the first thing that Joe is our bassist, we're like the big nerds on that, and like we used reference bands and like his, I don't remember what his was, but mine was Bearings, the band
Okay.
Bearings from Ottawa. And we're like, I mean, like they've blown up since, but they were like, they had just gotten signed and like just dropped like the first album at that point in time. Anyways, like literally I went from their first Facebook post to the last Facebook post at that point in time. I'm like, how do bands post? How do we do this? How do we
Yeah.
do that? And like
Gotta
that was my
do-
goal at that,
gotta
like
do
that was my
research.
goal at that point in time, is like, how do we seem like we are a legit band? And like what does a legit band on the rise do right now? Oh, they do this, they do that, and it's stupid. And like even like songwriting wise, like why is Dance Dance by Fall Out Boy such a great song? And like learn how to play that song and like break it down. And like I feel like that's like the kind of stuff that like I never did in like all the other bands that I did before. And like now I find pleasure in kind of the minutia and the dissecting of other bands, because like I love that world. I love seeing how the sausage is made and stuff. But sorry, like as far as like plans for us, I think like one of the big things that they were so we're going into the studio in August to work on new tracks. So make sure that we keep it fresh, and we're dropping the 2023 tracks that we've already recorded and have like tracks that we hide from everyone for and drop them in 2024. And like I think like one of the big things that we want to get is I know this sounds stupid, it was like get a feature, like get like a really dope fucking feature on one of our songs.
Sure.
And just get more eyes on our band through that feature, and hopefully like just get invitations to go play the States based off of that, and just do a mini run in the States, and you know, keep hitting like our neck of the woods, but go down to you guys, because that's where shit's happening, and it's not even happening that far away from us. Like I feel like New York is like Albany, New York is like where all the pop punk bands are coming from, and well, at least like a lot of them, and like we got to hit that. Like that's the scene that we want to be in, and we want, yeah, like that's the plan. Like hit the scene, meet people, get cool features, get more eyes on our songs, and the rest will come.
I mean,
100%.
You have a crazy amount of good bands coming out of Canada right now, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like so much.
Name 5.
If you want.
Name me 3 songs.
Name me 3 songs.
So say you guys, Costin, Nicholas.
Oh, I don't know Costin.
Calling All Captains.
Yeah.
In Case We Crash. There's 5.
Yeah, In Case We Crash is great.
It didn't even take me very long.
Yeah, In Case We
Oh,
Crash
really?
is great. We Were Sharks is like a bit less active now, but like all time, like
Still
so
good.
down with that band. Dear Youth.
Yeah. They're used to good ban, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's just off the top of my head. So
We don't do so bad in Canada for such a like what we just hit 40 million people. Like
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we gave the world Justin Bieber,
Drake,
Avril Lavigne,
Avril
Lavigne,
who invented
Sum
pop punk.
41.
Sum 41. Simple
who just
Plan.
iPhone Fred.
Yeah.
Oh,
iPhone Fred.
iPhone Fred.
iPhone Fred, Simple Plan,
Yeah.
like the only problem is like obviously with playing in the States, we've talked about this a bunch on other podcasts and stuff, but playing in the States, there's so many more places to play to where in Canada it's so spread out, which makes like touring Canada significantly more difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like in the States, like you go 2 hours any which way and you're hitting a cool market and you're doing something fun.
I mean, I'd say more like 5 hours, but you got a couple hours here and there every once in a while. It all depends on where you are in America as well. Like East Coast, you can do a whole bunch of East Coast with like between 2 and 4 hours.
Yeah, it's more concentrated in the East Coast, and I think we're pretty lucky here though, because if you live in Montreal, and I think this also might be why Montreal is pretty good for bands in general, is that like the bulk of the Canadian population is found like literally along the line of Canada and the US from like Toronto to Montreal. Right. That's like 32 million like of the 40 million of Canadians all live like between Toronto and Montreal. So if you do like Montreal, a couple of secondary markets in Montreal in and around Montreal where like people might show up but they might not, but then you hit Toronto and then a bunch of secondary markets outside and around Toronto, you've basically done like 90% of like the pop punk scene in Canada.
Yeah.
Sure.
Whereas like if you got a pop punk band in BC, I mean, oh boy, I don't know what you do. Like, I mean, you can go down to Cali, but then you got to get a visa, and then
it's very difficult to hop over borders.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's expensive
if you want to do it legally. Wink, wink.
Yeah, exactly. Wink,
and
wink.
I recommend.
Yeah, it's so hard to
doing
get a
it
work
legally.
visa.
Yes, I've had friends who got.
I've been deported for not doing it legally from Canada.
Yes,
no.
I've been deported from Canada.
That's the friendliest country in the world, and they don't want you.
How do you I didn't know we deported people.
The Mounties said no.
No, this wasn't. This was no Mountie. This was a fucking majestic mullet fucking dude with a bulletproof vest on. Like,
it was because you weren't wearing your seatbelt, wasn't it?
No. No.
I heard they're tough on that.
It was because we were coming to Canada to play shows and we had a lot of weed.
I was gonna say, were you hiding weed in your beard? That was like
not in my beard. No, I did not. I had nothing in my beard. We definitely had stuff in peanut butter jars.
Nice.
I know that they ate a bunch. I didn't like at this like especially at this time. I wasn't even a partaker of weed, but boy, the other fellas, they loved it, and
so they were blazing it.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you buy weed there?
Huh?
Why wouldn't you buy weed once you're across the border?
Dude, this was 2007.
It wasn't legal back then.
It wasn't legal anywhere.
Legal anywhere.
Yeah.
No, but like I'm assuming you show up to a venue and you're like, weed? And they're like, yeah.
But
no?
But yeah, but these fellas always had weed on them because they did that everywhere.
Okay.
You can't travel like 6 hours without weed. What's wrong with you? What are you gonna do?
That was my first mistake. I apologize.
You're gonna be sober for 6 hours? Come on.
Oh,
What?
you didn't. You
Gotta
and
hang out
I'll
with my
tell-
band members and I'm not stoned. What
You
the
didn't
fuck?
want them sober. Oh my god,
Yeah.
fucking dick hole. Not in a band with them no more.
What was the
Good.
name of the band?
Not saying.
Oh.
Nice.
No, they're great people. They're great people. But yeah, definitely sober. One of them
Great people to
not
never
the
see.
nicest. But yeah, okay. Matt, we got one question left, I think,
Got
before
one
we
more
go
left.
to a break, huh?
Yes. If you could give our listeners a piece of advice that you know now that you wish you knew when you were starting your journey, what would it be?
Ooh.
It's crazy. You know,
Good question. Really good question.
so
That's what
much
we do.
of
That's what we
the
do.
things that we so okay, our journey went very well because Zach had a band that was doing well and we literally just copied everything that he did. So like literally every good move and bad move that his band did, we're like, okay, he's gonna skip this shitty move, gonna
Yeah.
like copy this good move. So it's like point of reference, like what can I specifically say? Like, don't be afraid to reach out to anybody. I think like we kind of mentioned it, but like,
Yeah.
you know, like reach out to playlisters, reach out to like producers that you want to work with, reach out to other bands to play shows with them, reach out to people, build a network. And don't be afraid. Like if you're a chill person and you know, people will want to work with you. Like I think a lot of people kind of get stuck in their heads and they're afraid to talk to people that they've never talked to and so many people are cool in the scene. Like we didn't know you guys are super cool. And like I mean, like we didn't like formally reach out to you, but like you guys had like a beautiful platform where we could just send stuff to. But like I think like that's a good thing that you guys are doing is you're even taking that step out of it. Like, oh, I gotta talk to a human and like I don't know how they're gonna respond. Like you just send it in the air and you get it done. But like talk to humans, like don't be afraid. Be proud of what you're doing. Don't be like, oh, my band sucks, but like can you listen to it? Like believe in what you're doing and yeah, reach for the stars.
I think I agree with that. If I can just tack on to what Terry just said.
Sure.
I think when you're young, you think, oh well, I'm talented. So, or let's say you think you're talented. You're just like, well, they're gonna discover me. I'm gonna be discovered. I don't need to do anything. It'll just come to me.
Yeah.
And like, I think that like, that is the wrong approach. I mean, there is the like the one-off story of like, you know, the person being discovered like
Right. That
at
happened
a coffee
in
shop.
that movie Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg. That happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Only happens to Marky Mark.
It only happens to
Happened
Marky
him when he was
Mark.
playing football also in Invincible.
Oh, but he had to
Fuck, Marky
try
Mark.
out. He had to
Yeah.
go the distance.
Yeah,
Oh,
He
yeah.
had to
try
go
out,
a
of
distance.
course.
Yeah.
So it's like,
You have to show
you
up
just-
once.
Yeah, just once. Like, yeah, but anyways, you gotta go out there and expose yourself and like make the contacts, and you gotta go towards the talent too. Like if you think you're talented, let's say subjectively you think you're talented, but you don't really know if you are or you aren't. Well, the first thing you can do is like reach out to people, producers, managers, PR people, whatever, whoever's in the industry, and just be like, hey, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to get into the industry. I want to be a musician. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then like, that's at least a first step towards like, you know, like Terry was saying is like networking. And then it's also surrounding yourself with people who are really talented. Like a producer will make a huge difference, you know? And it's like not making assumptions that people will not like you or won't want to work with you or won't want to like talk to you, because like the worst thing that can happen is they tell you, listen, I'm too busy, or like I don't like your stuff or whatever, but
Yeah.
at least you can say you tried.
Yeah.
And then like
somebody else will come along and dig your vibe and
Yeah, that's it. And the
yeah,
best thing that can happen is they say, yeah, let's work together. Or there might be something in the middle where they're like, listen, your music's great, but like
work on
I'm just
this.
work
Yeah.
on this, or I'm not taking on any new acts right now, or whatever. Like I my schedule's filled up. But at least like you're putting yourself out there. And I think that when you're young, or at least I'll speak for myself, like when you're 15, 16, you're just like, I'm gonna play shows, I'm gonna play in these shitty venues, and then one day, you know,
Avril Lavigne
uh
will drop from the
Avril
sky.
Lavigne's gonna like be there. And I remember when we played that show, like prime example, we played the show at one point, and we have this thing in Canada called Much Music.
Oh
In the
yeah,
States, it's called well, you guys have like
MTV.
MTV.
yeah.
And we
I know. I know what Much Music is.
yeah. So like
Yeah,
the French
it
Canadian
turned into
version of it.
Fuse.
Do you know Music Plus?
So do you know Music
That's the
Plus?
Quebec version of Much
Yeah,
Music.
yeah.
French.
No.
Yeah.
So like I
Yeah.
remember at one point we like played a show, and remember like one of the VJs from Music Plus showed up to the show to
Oh
watch us
yeah.
play.
We were
And
gonna
like
make
Carrie
it
and
for
I looked
sure.
at each other and we're like, this is it. It's all happening today.
They're here for me.
They're here for
Yeah.
me. And like we're gonna play, and she can be like, oh my God. And like even if she did love our band, she has no pull whatsoever. She's not a record label, she's not a manager, she's not nothing. And I just remember going up to her at the end of the show, and she was like, you guys have a cool band name or something like that. What did she say, Terry? She's just like, you
She's
guys
like,
are,
your band name sounds very English. Good job.
yeah,
Because
good job. And then she like
most
left.
people speak French. You guys speak
Yeah.
English very well. That's the best comment that we got from our band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we were just like,
The
our dreams were crushed after that.
yeah.
We were just like, that's it.
I'm
As
gonna
they should
throw
be,
one,
because he
I'm gonna
failed.
throw one more out there because I feel like this one's
Okay.
underrated, but like write songs with other people. Like I feel like a lot of bands are stuck in that like really punk rock mentality of like, I'm gonna get a singer, a bassist, a drummer, a guitarist, and we were together sit down and like write an album. Like if you're by yourself and you play guitar, you know how to play bass. And you can learn how to do drums, MIDI drums. Like if you're by yourself, you don't need other band members to start writing music. And then when you're writing music, don't be afraid to be, hey, singer from local band that I think is cool. Let's sit together for like 3 hours and write a song and see what happens. And then go somewhere else and write another song with somebody else. Like
Yeah.
we
Co-write.
kind of
Yeah.
like I said, Zach's in a pop country band, and he kind of like brought that mentality to us of, hey, let's like work with songwriters. Like, cool, Terry, you have a bunch of riffs. Like, let's like sit down with songwriters that literally write songs 3 times a week, every week. Let's sit down with them and like shoot the shit and see what happens. And like I've been very surprised with that process. I think it went from me staring at my computer screen and being like, what the fuck? Like, how are you going to do this? To, wow, in 3 hours, we wrote a song, and our band participates as much as they do. And there's really talented people out there, and they don't need to be in your band to contribute to your
Exactly.
band. And I think that's one way to like really challenge yourself and do something original and do something really different and cool and find your sound. I mean,
Yeah.
we've recorded 8 songs so far. We're gonna go record another 4 or 5, and like we're still discovering our sound, but like we keep working with different songwriters and we find new things in ourselves every time we do it. And it's a really good exercise, and it really helps you flex that like songwriting muscle, which
Yeah.
I think in the past when I just sat down with the same 4 people in a room and tried to, those are the only people that exist in the world, and those are the only people that I can be creative with, was a bit limiting. And yeah.
Well, also that's how you thought it. That's how you thought we thought it worked. We're like,
Yeah.
if you're in a band with 4 people, you always write the songs with those 4 people.
Of course.
And the reality is like if you go on Spotify and you go into the song credits, like,
of course, your favorite bands, right?
Your favorite bands, like All
Yeah.
Time Low, like the singer Alex
All-time
is
low writes with Zach
Alex got
Cervini. Like,
yeah, like
yeah,
he'll write a song with the other guitarist and somebody else, and then he'll maybe
of
sometimes
course.
write a song with whatever this other person, that other person,
Yeah.
and the band will perform it. But yeah, so like we took a very like Nashville country approach to the pop punk game, because we're just like, you know, we're 6 people in the band. We're not going to put 6 people in a room and try to write a song. We could,
Sure.
but like it's hard enough getting 6 people in a room to play a
Mhm.
show.
Yeah, that's
So
the other
getting
thing is it's not because all your band members are not available that you can't sit down and write a song. Like,
that's
let's
it.
write a song with
Yeah.
whoever's available and go, you know, like open your mind. Your band isn't only the people that are there, and you need a team. You need a team to produce your music. You need a team to help you with marketing, help you with graphic design, with this and that. And like songwriting is part of it as well. And like I think as a starting artist, like that's not a reflex that you have, and I think that that's something that's really important to do. And the more you write, the better you get. So it's like,
Yeah.
you're writing 4 songs a year and you're just recording those 4 songs. Like that's not
That's your
enough.
repertoire.
Like, write 30 songs a year, 40 songs a year, and write with as many people as you can. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, those are
Yeah.
very good insights, great points. I mean,
Because you know, you may have great ideas, but
Mhm.
sometimes you don't know how to like make them like real,
right.
like get them where you want them to go. Sometimes
Absolutely.
having like a perspective from other people that are not in the project also, it changes everything.
Yeah, an outside perspective for sure.
Exactly.
So it's always good to have an outside perspective when you're you know, when you're writing, because you can get lost in that and think, you know, you sometimes just because you finished it doesn't mean that's the final product yet.
Yeah.
There's always like other voices and opinions. It's okay to seek out opinions. Your project doesn't need to, like, what you made doesn't have to be the end all be all. So
Yeah.
completely agree with that. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with our next segment. What's up, friends? We're super stoked to tell you that we just partnered with GFUEL. And let me tell you, there is no more pop punk beverage on the market right now than GFUEL. GFUEL keeps you energized, focused, and hydrated. If you go to gfuel.com right now and use code Unsigned Pop Punk, you're gonna save 20% off your entire order. You can get it in the tub form and have 40 freaking servings of flavors like Rick and Morty's Unstable Portal Fluid, which is a delicious strawberry limeade, or get something in the can form like Sonic's Peach Rings or Crash Bandicoot's Wumpa Fruit. Go to gfuel.com and check it out for yourself. Let us know what your favorite flavor is. And once again, don't forget to use our code Unsigned Pop Punk to save 20%. It's a heck of a deal, man. Hey, Pat here with Unsigned Pop Punk. We're a community dedicated to building up the music scene by shining a spotlight on up-and-coming bands. Now, I know what you must be thinking. These guys must be raking in the cash. Wrong. But you can help us help others by picking up some merch. We found what big business is selling shirts for, and we slashed the prices. We saw what people are charging for sweatshirts, and we windmill kicked those prices in the face. So pick up some merch from us today. You won't be mad you did. And we're back. Now it's time to hop into everyone's favorite food for thought segment. Now we're done talking about music. Fuck music. Nobody cares.
Fuck music.
We're going to
Nobody
talk
cares
about
that.
food. This is hard-hitting journalism. Everybody cares about this. So the first question, being from Canada, obviously, when it comes to Canada, poutine is one of the most iconic foods that come to mind. With that being said, what is the most unique way you've ever had poutine?
Ooh,
I've had like high end poutine, which I
Yeah.
think is just like they're starting to go a little bit weird with it. They're
A little
like
bougie?
like too but like too bougie. Like, guys, it's cheese curds, like sauce and fries. So they're trying to like which and poutine costs like $5, you know, like that
Mhm.
that's what poutine is supposed to cost. It's supposed to be
Right.
like sloppy and gross at like a food stand.
In
But
all the
now
best
they're
ways.
doing in all the best ways. And now,
Yeah.
but now they're doing like, like sweet potato. I love sweet potato, but like sweet potato fries with like blue cheese instead of like cheese curds. Like the
That's
sauce is
disgusting.
like whatever, like made with like I don't freaking know, like fucking yak semen or I don't fucking know. And like
Icky.
and instead of there being actually just like meat or no sorry, and then they throw meat on it, but it's like pulled pork and the pork it's like organic. It's and they're selling it to you for fucking like $45. Like, dude, just
Like
fuck
foie
off.
gras
Yeah, like
poutine,
foie gras poutine they've done. So
like
Lobster.
yeah,
duck. How do you say duck
Confit?
confit?
Duck
Yeah.
duck
confit.
confit. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
would
poutine like
say,
that. Général Tao poutine.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel like they're going like very like the different foods of the world, like on us. Like,
Integrated.
I went to Poutine Fest actually like 2
Okay.
weeks ago,
All right.
and it was super underwhelming. It was like in a little suburb, like 15 minutes away from Montreal, and it's food trucks, and each one of the food trucks had like different poutines, and so they had General Tao poutine, so like Asian style poutine.
That sounds fucking great.
Then
though. I love
they had
these. Love it.
They had Greek style poutine, so they had like souvlaki in it. Then they
Okay.
had shawarma poutine, so you had like the garlic sauce and
Okay.
like the like what are the pink things that they put in a shawarma?
Navet.
Uh,
What's
Beets.
navet?
Pickled
beets,
beets.
No,
pickled
it's not
beets. I
beets
don't know
though.
if
Oh, not beets. Pickled
The pickled
radish,
onions.
onions. No,
no
No, it's like what's navet? I don't know
oh
navet in English.
hold on a second. Oh, hold on
It's
a
a word I
second.
don't know.
Hold on. I'll tell you right now.
but
It
yeah, so
is
they're going like I think that's like kind of like the thing that I notice is like the very international
turnip.
poutine.
To turnip.
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 Turnip. Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
So
remember this
just
for the rest of
yeah,
my
like
life.
we're taking it. We're
Yeah, but
getting
like
stupid about this poutine thing.
yeah, but
It's
like
getting a little excessive.
simple poutine is where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
the more garbagey the better. Like
Oh, better.
you want to get diarrhea the same from your poutine. It's good.
Like I think my favorite poutine, and like I've had this conversation with people and they disown me when I say it, but like I really like Belle Province. It's kind of like a greasy spoon chain in Quebec, and I really like their poutine. Like they have like kind of like mushy fries. They have like the right curds. They have the right sauce. It just works for me, man.
I have only been to Montreal one time, but I did ride the train with tires. That was interesting.
Oh, the subway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you personally brought your tires onto a train.
No.
I was like,
I rode it.
Patrick guys is a
That's it.
character.
It was interesting.
It's a normal train track. They just have like rubber tires.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's really
But is it a
weird.
train or is it a subway?
Well, is
Is
a
a subway
train not
train?
like
Parked?
in a subway? Like is the
It was
subway
on-
not
You
where the
said
train?
train. I was confused.
But is the train not what is in a subway?
Yeah,
Yeah, but I
it
think
does make sense.
but you're like the one you rode is like underground, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's the
yeah.
subway. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
But we call it
subway.
the metro.
We call it the metro because we're weirdos, but yeah.
I mean,
we're French. Yeah,
I just rode. I was on a train. I was in the train. I don't know.
Did you have poutine on or
On
off
the
the
train.
train?
No, I did not have any poutine. I don't think in Montreal.
Can you do me a favor?
Huh.
If you go to Toronto before you go to Montreal, don't have a poutine in Toronto. Sorry,
Yeah.
everybody from Toronto, but like terrible.
your poutine sucks.
Poutine sucks.
I've
Yeah,
been
sorry,
to
Toronto.
Toronto, but I don't now. Honestly, I don't think I've had poutine in Canada. Period. I've had poutine, but I don't think I've had it in Canada.
So I
So
would
it's
like to
not
specify
poutine.
that poutine comes specifically from Quebec, aka the
It's not a
province that
Canadian
we're
thing.
from.
It is
And then-
Quebec.
Okay.
And non-Quebec poutine is a lie.
And by the way, what makes
It's
a
called
poutine?
animal fries.
Okay.
So like, what
Oh.
makes a poutine is the cheese.
Yeah.
and they're called cheese curds, and
Yeah.
like it's that sticky like
Oh,
gooey cheese.
We're from Minnesota. Wisconsin makes plenty of cheese curds. We know.
Okay,
we know
good,
we
good,
got
good.
cheese curds.
We got
Because
that.
like there's
You
places
should make
that
poutine.
like
Yeah.
so because like there's places that fake it, and then there's places that even to remain authentic, they'll get the cheese curds like flown in from Quebec. But if
Okay.
you guys make it out there, then like hell, so
Yeah.
you're good to go. Man.
Yeah, we're big on dairy over here. We're in the heartland.
Raised on the dairy.
Yeah,
There you go.
lots of
Good.
milk with every meal.
Yeah, it's how you keep your bones strong.
Not anymore.
It's a
Yeah.
myth.
I'm too old for milk in a glass now. Too much time on the bathroom.
You go straight to the teat.
With that being said, our next food question. You are tasked with creating the Sucker Punch food challenge. What do people have to eat, and what's the challenge?
So there's Sucker Punch pickles,
Yeah.
right? We found that
I
out
was about to
recently.
say that, yeah.
That's
Yeah, so
true.
like I feel like that needs to be
It's
there
a brand
for
of
sure.
pickles.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would automatically
I'm looking
fail the
these up.
challenge because I don't like pickles. But I'm just a weird animal, so
Okay,
Like,
so
I
so
eat
weird.
pickles off the jar. So I like pickles to me is one of my favorite snacks ever.
oh, I love pickles. So if you're
It's so
doing a
good.
pickle challenge, though, what
Yeah.
is the challenge?
Have you ever tried Kool-Aid pickles?
but that's not a challenge. I think the challenge should be eating
Like-
more pickles than Fred because
Ooh.
honestly, when we went to record in Toronto and we stayed in Airbnb together, Fred bought a jar of pickles. I'm like, this asshole's never gonna finish this stupid jar of pickles. I think he finished it in like the first 45 minutes that we were in the Airbnb.
No.
Really? I didn't know
dude.
that.
I actually ate like half the jar the first night.
Yeah, it's pretty
Sure.
disgusting.
I just eat that all the time. It's so good.
It's a
You are
healthy
such
snack.
a
It
weird
really
person.
is. You know, it's got
It's
a good amount
fantastic.
of sodium, but it's like no calories.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's water basically. Well,
Yeah.
a cucumber is like 98% water, right?
Yeah, it's just.
But
you
the
know,
lacto-fermented one are the best because it's good for the stomach enzymes.
yeah, See?
Lacto-fermented pickles,
It's healthy.
the shit.
Health food.
Okay. So the
Fred's
out
Sucker
the band.
Punch food challenge is you got to eat more pickles than Fred, and then we're gonna test your stomach enzymes and see who has the best stomach enzymes
Yeah.
after the.
Hardcore
So you
challenge.
can,
Let's
so
compare.
a person
Let's
can
compare
only,
feces.
yeah, a person can
Compare
only
feces.
do the challenge
Yeah.
with Fred.
With
Yeah.
Fred, that's
You
it.
can't do
And
it at home.
also,
You got to be with
not-
Fred.
Not only one kind of pickles. Like we'd have to find like different kind of like brands and funky pickles because I've heard there's like many. I have to try some. There's like pickle challenges online I've seen.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to do that one.
I have a
You'll
strong
have to do like a
feeling-
spicy pickle challenge or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, there's like a sour pickle.
hot
There's like
ones?
a hot one. Yeah, there's
hot
like many
ones, but
kinds
with
of different
pickles?
pickles.
Hot ones, but with pickles.
No.
Each
Yeah.
pickle just
Oh,
gets
that would
hotter.
be so cool.
This is sounding like a perfect first date opportunity right here.
Oh, there you go, Fred.
Yeah,
Get her.
I like that.
We want to see a pickle challenge
Yeah,
on
ask
this
her-
podcast with this girl.
Ask her if she likes
My
your pickle.
girlfriend. Yeah.
Dude, did you
Oh,
tell her?
For
Were you
sure,
like,
by the way, for sure somebody's gonna hear this podcast and bring us pickles.
I hope so.
I hope
God
so.
willing?
Oh!
God willing.
Jinx.
Y'all bring Sucker Punch pickles, Kool-Aid pickles.
Bring
Do it.
Fred pickles. Don't bring me
I
pickles.
love.
Well,
the
they can
Kool-Aid
bring you
pickle.
pickles, and you can bring them to Fred.
Oh, I can.
Yeah,
Oh,
bring
I have
any
a
of them
job.
pickles.
Anyone, bring me pickles. I will love you.
This
There we
is
go.
a sidebar, by the way. But like, this is a sidebar. But every time we play a show, all the band members after were like, "Oh, someone like people came to talk to us. Like people are so nice." And like legit, no one's ever come to talk to me after the show. Like all the boys are like, "Oh, like 5 people came to talk to me to tell us how great our set was." I was like, I was packing my gear. I was done before all of you guys, and then I just stood there.
It's because you were packing your gear. You gotta make yourself
Nobody ever comes
accessible.
see me.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I have a fear of like not packing my gear fast enough, and then people getting really mad at me.
Well, that's from the country. That's from playing festivals with
Yeah, just from
the
playing
country
festivals.
band. You are
Yeah.
just like they're just like pushing you in the back so
Yeah.
quickly to get off because they're rolling like 30 bands throughout the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
But
my fear when I'm playing a show is I immediately have to like you guys take care of all my shit because I'm gonna go sell merch because my fear is to not sell merch.
Good fear. Good
That's
fear.
fair.
I need
It's a
to,
Great
Yeah.
fear.
need to hurry to the merch table to make sure that people are buying stuff. Because you know,
We should
And that's
have
also
that
where
over-
you create contact with people when you get to
Right.
the merch table.
right?
Yeah.
Because they want the band at the merch table. They don't
Yeah.
care about your merch guy. Who's the merch guy?
Our
Want
merch
the-
guy
want the
on our
singer.
tour was pretty fucking spectacular. I would
Oh,
talk
no,
to
I
him
mean-
over
My
Yo,
God.
any
but
of
for
us.
real, merch people are the
Yeah.
shit, and everybody that helps all the time, like for real, like they're the shit. Absolutely, the kings
Kudos.
of the tour.
we played a house show
Queens.
at our last tour, and our merch guy pretty much asked the mother, who was the owner of like the place that we played, to like marry him.
Nice.
So, like that's the kind
Yeah.
of merch guy that we got.
And then he sold her a T-shirt.
And then he gave her a t-shirt.
Oh no, he gave her. Yeah, we gave her
Yeah.
a T-shirt. That's for sure. Yeah, I remember
Right,
now.
right on.
Barb.
It was crazy. That show was crazy.
Barb.
He was like
Barb.
He was offering booze to people. He was so cool.
Nice. So we got one more food question before we move on to the next segment. So I heard a little tale, because this doesn't happen in Minnesota, or well, Minnesota for sure, but in the US that I am aware of. But I heard a tale that some Canadians actually pour maple syrup into the snow and eat frozen syrup. Is that a thing? First off,
Oh yeah.
all
Yeah,
right,
for sure.
It's called tire d'érable.
okay,
So it's like
French
a
is
boiled
called tire
version. It's a concentrated boiled version of maple like water.
okay,
And then it becomes like a gooey, stretchy kind of stuff. When you put it on ice, it like hardens. And then you take a stick, you roll it on it,
Roll
and then
it.
you just suck on it.
It
And
sounds
it's
so
so
sexual.
freaking delicious.
It sounds like you just described
It
a
is.
sexual act.
It is
That
super
is-
sexual. Like it is so good. It's like melty. It melts in your mouth. It's super
very
sweet.
interesting.
It is really like you have to try this. Like it's so good.
Well, if you
All right.
if you come to Montreal in the winter
We will
or in the
feed you.
spring,
We'll feed
that is
you
like
hard.
that's the
maple
thing I
syrup.
do with like my American friends when they come here. Like we take them to we call it a sugar shack,
Okay,
and like it's like where they have it's a plantation with like maple
Mm.
trees, and that's where they process the maple and they create maple syrup. And it's usually they do breakfasts there, so you go there, you got eggs, bacon, sausage, and pancakes, and then you use the maple syrup from like the actual sugar shack you're at. So
And it's in everything. It's like your eggs have maple syrup, your
Yeah,
bacon
everything.
has maple syrup, your sausage.
like-
You
has
just
maple
put it on
syrup.
everything. Like
you
everything.
guys come to
everything.
Montreal,
Lather.
and we're doing a segment called Sugar Shacking with
The sucker punch.
Sucker Punch.
That's the new challenge.
There
I'm
you go.
changing the
Sugar
pickle
Dude,
shack
that's
with
a
challenge
good
Sucker
challenge.
to the
Yeah.
sugar shack challenge.
Oh yeah, that's a really great challenge.
That's
Yeah.
a good video actually. Sugar Shacking
Yeah.
with Sucker Punch.
Oh, we should
Yeah,
do
there
a
you go.
sugar
You should
shack.
have your
video.
own
Content.
interview show.
That's a good content idea.
Start
I
your
like
own
that.
interview show. You know, just getting people to come hang out with you.
In the sugar shack?
We'll bring you down.
Shacking
You
it
should-
with Sucker Punch.
We'll interview you guys. You'll be our first guest.
All right.
That'll be so cool.
Well, that's awesome. I love it. That's it. That's all the food questions we've got. Now it's time for rapid fire questions.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
Oh, God, okay.
You're gonna speak from the heart. You're gonna shoot from the hip. Answer with an open heart and be okay with everybody's answers.
Okay,
So scared? Okay, let's go.
I'm ready.
I'm so scared.
No, you're
so
good.
scared.
All right. Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow?
Mellow yellow, but for me, it's mellow yellow. That's for sure.
See,
Yo, I've never had mellow yellow.
that's controversial right there.
I did.
Is it even available in Canada?
No, I've
Oh,
had
no.
that in the US.
Oh, I should have known that. Should have known that.
Hold
man.
on. Doesn't Mountain Dew like reduce sperm count, or is that like an urban legend?
I
That's
sure
totally an
hope
urban
not
legend from
because
when
I'm
you were 12
drinking
years
it
old.
right now.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, bro.
Urban
Am I the
legend.
only one
Let's
that's
say
heard
it's an
that?
urban
Well,
legend.
actually, you know what? You know what? I don't want kids. I got 2 kids. I don't want more kids. I don't give a shit. Give me all the Mountain Dew.
Down that shit.
Chuck,
It's like a
Chuck.
yeah.
That's why he drinks Mountain Dew.
It's a liquid vasectomy. That's what it is. You know.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It is a possibility.
So I'm gonna go mellow yellow. T.
I'm gonna go mellow yellow just because I want to try it.
All right, it's Coke's version of Mountain Dew.
Oh, interesting.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's not Mountain Dew. It's fine. Horror or comedy?
I love mellow yellow.
Horror or comedy?
Horror comedy.
Comedy.
I'm definitely a comedy. Fred?
I'd say it's really hard for me to answer this question because I'm a fan of both. Like it's really hard for me. I'm to the extreme. I love a great comedy movie, like the most stupidest shit ever. Like I love the most like gory horror movie.
Yeah.
I'm like a fan of both, so I can't choose.
You have to.
I'm sorry.
You have to.
Oh,
rapid
damn.
fire question. Fred.
You're not rapid firing
Pick one.
at all.
Not thinking
I will
through.
go. I will go with horror movie.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah.
keep it tight. Let's go.
Start
'em
yelling
coming.
at people. Ah! Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon?
Oh my god, Nickelodeon. 1000%. I
Nice.
grew up on that shit.
Oh yeah, I did too.
Ooh.
I grew up on
Legends of the Hidden. What is it? What is that? What was
Legends
that
of the Hidden
show?
Temple.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. And
Yeah, that's good.
what was the what? Guts.
Yeah, Guts. That was good. Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy. Which, by the
Oh
way,
yeah.
I rewatched them now, and I'm like, I can't believe that was on TV for kids.
It holds up though. It's so
but
good.
it's very good.
Yeah.
Caramel corn in Abraham Lincoln's head. Oh, great episode. Yeah.
Cartoon Network. Fred?
Okay.
I'd say Nickelodeon too. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, there's some show in Cartoon Network that I loved,
Yeah.
but like yeah,
It's tough. They're both great.
yeah.
That's why these are tough questions, because both things are typically going to be great.
They
Thin
are
crust?
tough questions.
Thin crust or regular crust pizza?
Regular
Regular
crust.
crust.
But depends on where though, because I mean sometimes but when it's a good pizza place, like I like the regular crust.
Thin crust. Just to fucking shit on you guys.
Oh man. See, you
Fuck you, T.
starting
Fuck
fights
you.
over
Fuck you.
that. All right. This one's probably the most controversial. Lindsay Lohan or Tara Reid?
Ooh, Tara Reid.
No contest. Lindsay
Lohan.
fucking
Oh,
Lohan.
Fred,
Oh,
you're out.
wait. but hold on a second. We're talking about. Let's just. And I don't want to elaborate on the questions. It's supposed to be rapid fire, but we're talking about current day Tara Reid and Lindsay Lohan.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty. That's
or
pretty.
like
Just
on
Mean
everything.
Girls, Lindsay
Total.
Lohan,
Okay,
Total.
Freaky Friday.
Freaky
Lilo.
Friday, Lindsay Lohan. Like when I was
Lilo.
that age.
Freaky Friday.
I would go-
there's no more conversation to be had. Freaky Friday, and we're done. Lindsay
Wasn't she
Lohan.
like, wasn't she like 12 years old
2000
in Freaky Friday?
Are we,
I mean,
are we
but
talking about
probably.
her
So you're not
talents?
asking Terry the adult like about like
Exactly.
Freaky
Like
Friday,
teenage
Lindsay
Terry.
Lohan. Like when she was 12, you were probably 12? or
Yeah, we were
close?
12. Ish,
No?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
lawyer
yeah.
tells me I should say that.
I look a lot younger than I am.
I'm
Terry
actually
just turned
55
19.
years old.
All right. This is going to be our last rapid fire question. Newfound Glory or MXPX?
Newfound Glory.
Newfound Glory too.
Newfound
100%.
Glory.
Look at that.
MXPX
It
is
looks like you
great, but
guys are going to stay together
Newfound
for the
fucking
kids.
Glory.
Yeah.
Yay.
I like it.
Hugging you. I'm
We
like, try to-
typically we have a last question, which is testing jingles knowledge, but our jingle is a state's jingle. So,
Hmm.
Hey, we might recognize it.
all right, let's see. Can
Or we
any
make
of you
a fool of ourselves, so that's
can
good too.
any of you sing to us the O'Reilly Auto Parts jingle?
What? O'Reilly.
Sorry.
Auto
I will say
Parts.
sorry.
You are the best auto parts.
Oh man,
O'Reilly
you were
Auto
moderately
Parts.
close if you had just stopped right
just
after
stopped
Auto
after
Parts.
Yeah, it is. No, but it is O'Reilly Auto Parts. I've heard that before.
It's close. Yeah, it's close.
Oh,
Oh, O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's the wow about?
You
That's
need to
pretty
have the wow.
good.
If you don't have the wow, you fail. You failed this jingle.
miserably.
You need the
Oh,
wow.
I can sing. I could sing. Liberty, 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 liberty.
That's a good one. Yep. We got that up here.
Just
You
throwing
do?
it out there.
Yeah.
Down here, I guess technically. for
Down
them.
here. Yeah, for us.
Yeah.
What about bagel bites? Do any of you guys have bagel bites?
We
Oh, what
do.
was that?
I don't
We
know
had
the
bagel
jingle.
bites in Canada, but I don't remember the
I
jingle.
don't remember. Yeah, me
Oh,
neither. There's a jingle.
Terry,
was
make
a
up
jingle,
the bagel
yeah.
bite jingle quick.
We had that was our question for last season. Yeah.
Bagel bites. Bagel bites.
No, there's a lot that bagel bites is a lot more wordy.
Okay.
It was pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening.
Oh, I
pizza at
totally.
supper
Okay,
time.
I've heard this before.
Oh, yeah,
When
we've heard that one,
pizza's on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Why
bagel
am
bites
I-
were like the tiny little ones, like
Yeah.
little
Why are we
pizza-
even trying to write music when there are geniuses among us who write
Yeah.
those jingles?
Dude,
You
jingle
guys need to get into the
tons of
jingle
money.
game.
And it's a lot of money in there.
Let's get in the
Oh.
jingle game.
I mean, if fucking Uncle Jesse and Uncle fucking Danny in Full House, not Danny, Joey, Uncle Joey can fucking write jingles in Full House. You guys got this. You know.
Dude, let's try to get an unsigned jingle podcast. Let's do it.
There's no more like we're gonna switch it up. I think we're no longer gonna be unsigned pop punk. We're gonna be
Yeah,
unsigned
unsigned
jingles.
jingles. Yeah.
That's
Find
it. Y'all did it.
up-and-coming
You finished the podcast. Now's a chance. Let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you, and what's next.
Hey, we are Sucker Punch, and you. But yeah, we're Sucker Punch, and you can find us on social medias via Instagram at Sucker Punch MTL, on Facebook, Sucker Punch, all caps with an exclamation point, and find us also on all your digital platforms, on YouTube for video clips, and that's it. We love you.
Probably by
Our
the
next
time
single.
by the time this is dropped, we will have dropped our new song Party Crashers. Stream the shit out of it. Support us. Help us become arrogant assholes.
Well, shit. On that note, fellas, thanks for hanging out with us. That was a blast. I hope you get to the point to where you can be an arrogant asshole, still make money, and yeah, I love it. I hope that for you. Matt and I, we're gonna keep hanging out for a couple more minutes. We're gonna dive into the unsigned pop punk news. Here's that music right now. I'm just tired, I'm just fucking tired. It's been a long week. What's up, everybody? It's Tired Pat here.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? Oh yeah, but this is unsigned pop punk news.
We're here.
We're here, and it's awesome. Let us know. How are you doing? Like, not Matt, not you. I know how you're doing, but podcast world, how are you guys doing? How are you all doing? I want to know. Let me know. Message us. We don't even have to chat about the show. You can tell us what you thought. You can ask. You can be like, "Oh my gosh, Sucker Punch, they're so beautiful," and you do all that stuff. But you can also just tell me how you're doing. How was your day today? Tell me your thoughts. Tell me your feelings. Let's get into this. I'll answer. I swear. Join our Discord and let's chat. You could do it on any of our socials. It'll be fun. But join our Discord. We got a great community. Lots of fun people on there. So you can talk to me. You can get questions answered from a whole slew of really rad people. Probably people more rad than I. Most likely more rad than I. Matt, hit him with that good sugar.
Good sugar. That maple sugar in the snow.
That maple sugar in the snow, baby.
I know. You know what also is as sweet as maple sugar in the snow? Fucking gender equality.
Yeah.
And we have a
Sport
shirt for gender equality that we
Two of 'em.
support. There's two of them, two different colors. And 15% of every purchase of that shirt is donated to the Trevor Project. I tell you every episode, every week.
Yeah.
15%.
It's because it's that important to us.
Trevor's Projects, mission to end suicide among LGBTQ youth, help us in supporting this amazing cause, and support saving young LGBTQ lives.
Absolutely. You didn't fumble on that at all. I'm really proud of you. That was like a touchdown. I would say that was a touchdown. No fumbles. It was a touchdown. Touchdown. Yo. Punk Rock Flea Market's coming up. We got Punk Rock Flea Market. We got the Punk Rock After Party. Mr. Matt Reed himself is going to be there slinging stuff and performing.
Yeah.
You get to hear his beautiful voice, his voluptuous body. No. I just wanted to I want a big sensual word there, and
no.
Oh shit. Yeah, but it's gonna be tons of fun. Punk Rock Flea Market, come hang out, come see some really rad bands, and it's free. And there's a whole bunch of really awesome vendors selling a whole bunch of really, really cool stuff that you can't like go to Walmart, Target, the mall, or Amazon. You could probably, there's so much stuff,
but it's not the same.
But it's not the same, and it's lame. This is cool, so come and do that.
And tacos.
Oh, and tacos, baby. Tacos. After party is gonna be at Duluth Cider, so you can get yourself some sweet cider.
I've been looking at their flavors online, Pat. I that's what I'm most looking forward to. Is I need to try these flavors.
It's so good. I just had their pineapple sour yesterday. Oh baby, it was so good.
I saw like a blueberry muffin, or no, what was it?
No, I saw that after I ordered the sour, and I was like, oh man, I really love blueberry. That sounds great.
Well, I know what I'm getting at the after party.
One of everything.
Everything.
Just get a flight.
I'm just gonna get destroyed. So if you want to come see Matt get destroyed, let's party. Let's part. We're here to party.
We're gonna support local businesses so hard on October 19th. So hard. Hell yeah. Twitch news, obviously. We're still rolling with our awkward schedule. We're just doing what we do when we do, doing our best. New Music Friday on Tuesdays. Hopefully we'll be back in August on Tuesdays. Super awesome music video show rolling on Saturdays at 2 p.m. And top 10 video countdown Sundays at 2 p.m. on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/unsignedpoppunk. And that, my friends, is the way the news goes. Thanks again to Sucker Punch for hanging out with us today, teaching us all the good word of Quebec, poutine, and maple snow swirl. What was it, Matt? Do you remember?
They said some Quebec French words, and I fell in love for a second, and then I opened my eyes and realized that I need to make a trip up to Quebec for.
Yeah. I just don't. And they train shamed me. What's with that? No, it's all good. It's all good. So thanks to Sucker Punch for hanging out with us. Thanks to Matt for hanging out with me and always being my friend. Thank you to Lawrence and Super Gibby for doing all the Super Gibby things. Lawrence for making all the really cool designs. Punk Rock Flea Market posters, the after party poster, all of our merch designs. He is an art guru, one would say. So if you need anything, get some stuff done by Mr. Lawrence Crow. He is a wonderful human being and super talented. Thanks to Ross at Electric Kiwi for hanging out, always helping us out, not hanging. I mean, he probably hangs out a lot, but helping us out with all of our web design needs. Electric Kiwi rocks. And yeah, gosh, thanks to all you for hanging out and listening to this show every week. We love you. We'll see you on Monday. Bye. Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you so much to those of you who already are. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you stream your podcasts. If you're in the position to help us grow and like behind the scenes access and exclusive shows, head on over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk. Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see on the show and what other content you'd like to see. Thank you all so much.